Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome back to the show. We are so excited to have Samantha Crowley joining us here live today on the podcast and the Zoomcast. Head designer and co-owner at SC Custom Interiors from beautiful Myrtle Beach, California. Great to see you here. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Jill?
I've been getting over a cold, but other than that, I'm okay. Thank you for asking.
I think everybody's been kind of sick with all of the random weather that we've
I
had. It's been
know.
in the 80s and then it's been in the 30s at night.
Well, pleasure to have you back. Please introduce yourself to everyone today.
Yeah, my name's Samantha Crowley. I am the owner and head designer at SC Custom Interiors here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And just happy to be back. We're going to talk about some work that we've got going on today and then some trends and everything that are kind of in the marketplace right now.
All right. And tell us the website, how we can contact you, please.
Yeah, sccustominteriors.com.
All right, great. And I know for today, you actually are going to show us some of your work.
I
Do you want to
am.
start by sharing your screen now?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So we get to see the website
So
up close and personal for those of you on the
here,
Zoomcast. If not, again, we will remind you all, you can go to the website,
right, make sure that you can actually
sccustominteriors.com.
see this.
There we go. Perfect. Are
Okay,
these some of the
awesome.
designs you
So
were
I'm
going to
just
show
going to,
us?
yeah, so like this one I did in Charleston. This one's here in Myrtle Beach. Obviously, we got a lot of blue going on just because we are at the beach and everybody wants some sort of coastal idea. Um, just to pop through like a few of them, I like to use a lot of textures. That's normally like my huge thing with clients. Depending on what they want to do, I like to bring in textures and kind of make the space
So,
move
so
a
for
little
example,
bit.
if you could back up texture wise, you're looking at that living room. Could you go back a sec? Like, is that
Mhm.
wallpaper on the wall? Let's describe some of the stuff I'm seeing. In the first shot, I even saw some
Yeah, I'll
paneling,
take
which
you
I think
back.
was blue.
Yeah. So this right here is wallpaper. It's actually a blue.
That is wallpaper.
Yeah. So I did a board and batten backed up. Yeah, and this is a wallpaper. This is a grass cloth wallpaper. So you're able to see like we've got some texture there. We moved down into the board and batten, so it does break up the room. The ceiling is actually vaulted, so we needed to kind of bring the warmth in there without it being so open. So
Okay.
that definitely helped with this.
Okay, great. Would you mind going now to the next one?
Yeah.
Let's see.
So again, same space. This is the dining area. So I did use a woven rattan chandelier, and then you'll see the placemats are also woven as well. So again, bringing in those textures. And this is all actually an open floor plan. So
Wow.
breaking it up the way we did was able to make it look like two separate spaces with it also being one massive room.
Beautiful.
This is another one we actually had to fight with this island a little bit. They wanted a huge island. They're an Italian family. They love to cook and everything. So we were able to make this kind of fighter jet shaped island. And we had enough room that I was able to use real chandeliers in here, which was just super cool. And the movement in the chandeliers was the same as we did in the backsplash. So you've got that bevel glass in both areas, if you can kind of see that in the background.
And just a little bit about your company. You're mostly working with those. I know in, you're Myrtle Beach, right? So mostly coastal, but
Yes.
you do inland work as well.
I do, I do. So I'm actually working in Raleigh right now. I'm gonna go up and do a install for a high-rise condo there
Okay.
next weekend, and I'm working on a new build in Tennessee, outside
Oh,
of
wow.
Knoxville too.
Look at
So,
that. Beautiful. All right, great.
yeah, so a lot of this, this was a hugely modern, I guess, masculine man house, if you want to put it that way. He's a bachelor. He wanted his house to really kind of portray his over the top style and everything. So this foyer that I did for him is actually alligator print wallpaper. It's
That's
textured
right. We
and
talked
it's
about this last time,
yeah,
right?
This is it. Yeah, this
Got
is the
it.
foyer.
Okay.
Yeah, so we did a backlit,
Is that like a
acrylic.
Louis Vuitton gun? Is that even possible? I'm not sure what I'm looking at.
It is,
Yeah.
yes, that's exactly what it is. So, he loves labels, he loves Gucci, Louis
Yeah.
Vuitton, all of the fun things. So, he definitely wanted that, and, I was able to find it, and we did it printed on acrylic with, all of his LED backlights on that too. So, with a crystal chandelier and then alligator wallpaper, it was impeccable.
Beautiful.
Again, you can see how vaulted this, living room is with that wallpaper and the board and batten. Definitely brings the eye down and kinda gives you a finishing point around the living room,
Okay.
and different patterns, different textures blended together. You'll see, like, the stripes and the zebra print and the polka dot on the rug. It definitely gives you some depth, but still stays true to that color palette that we were trying to use. Close-up vision.
Sure.
And this one was another one we did. Same type of vault, different house. So we did a lot of the blue, very coastal again, but we're able to kind of focus on that coral chandelier again with the texture and everything. It was coated and it definitely feels like sand. So it was really cool to bring in some of those coastal elements into their home.
Got it.
Dining room of the masculine kind of penthouse view. Definitely did we did all white leather wingback chairs. Again, with the you'll see the photograph in the background. That's the Louis Vuitton Supreme, and we did the LED squiggle light above the dining table. Just huge showstopper once you walk in that dining room in there because it's all marble floors.
Yeah.
It's just it turned out beautifully. I was really happy with this one. And that's his living room, so you can see the background where the dining room is, and then we did all of the LED underlighting, white leather sofa, sectional from Rove
Beautiful.
Concepts, chinchilla pillows,
Ooh.
yeah,
That's something
so
I've never seen or heard of, but okay. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, so we did, the antelope rug, we did the Juicy Couture green leopard pillows and
Uh-huh.
the swivel chairs, and then we did, chinchilla and chenille on the pillows on the sofa, and Rove Concepts did a great job with the sectional. It was
Wow.
definitely a showstopper with a steel base and movable wooden console in the middle for storage, just a beautiful piece. So let me do this, and you can kinda see some of the beach houses that we've done too here. This is out on the water in, Myrtle Beach. This was a six-bedroom house that we did, and we're able to actually do a full renovation, so you can see out. We did, an indoor-outdoor rug in here,
Okay.
so that way it's way easier to keep clean with all of the people coming in and out. We redid the dining room. Everything from the ceiling to the floor,
Mhm.
we had to gut and remodel. We even did a foldable TV, you'll see to the far left. That way it doesn't impede the view, and they can
Yeah.
actually have a sitting room as well.
Beautiful.
This one, I really loved this one because it was in Charleston, and it was more of a mid-century modern type of vibe for a rental in Charleston, South Carolina. So, again, play with the textures in here. You'll see the suede chair with the leather
Mhm.
straps. So really brought in some richness with that.
Okay.
And my favorite thing is on the wall, they're actually used whiskey barrel lids.
Ooh.
And, um, once I got them shipped and I got them in, it definitely still smelled like whiskey, which was crazy, but they came in pieces, so once you put them all together,
Yeah.
it was really cool, so everything is hung completely individually, but they were probably about 50 years old, and I was able to use those as artwork in there, which was such a fun thing to do just to bring some color in, and in somewhere like Charleston, it's all about the rentals and the Airbnbs and everything. So to give it a personality like this, it definitely spoke volumes.
Nice.
So let me go back and I will show you some commercial stuff
Sure.
as long as I have it on here. So this one I actually did is the new brunch spot we have here in Myrtle
Ooh.
Beach. So this is the one that you and I talked about last time.
Yep.
With they wanted to do Carolina Forest, they wanted to do brunch, so we kind of brought the forest inside. So with the mural on the back wall, the cracked walnut sconces on the wall, and the hanging florals, it definitely brought in some of that really rich being outside, but also kind of relaxing for brunch spot. This one was our new beach bar that we have down here. We
Okay.
did more with the textures. I did, the grass cloth wallpaper on the top, and then we did a full tropical panel of greenery on the bottom, and then customizable neons throughout the restaurant with, surfboards that kind of, bring you back to, like, where we are at the beach and everything, and, it's really a cool spot because it's right on the water and it's right on the boulevard. So all the doors open, you can come in, go out from the beach area. It's great.
Now, when you say the boulevard, help me out. This is in Myrtle Beach?
It is. It's
Because
in
I'm
Myrtle
like, I'm
Beach.
coming down there in a few months with my kids, so I don't even know the names of the streets. The boulevard, is that the
Yeah.
hot spot where everything
Yeah,
happens?
so and you can go when y'all come down here. So Ocean Boulevard,
Okay.
that's, the boulevard. So there is a walkway right there. There's all kinds of restaurants and bars and shops and everything like that. So it's definitely the place to go down there. And then the
Okay.
sandbar is right there as well. So you
Okay,
can pop
cool.
in and take a look and see my work.
I
So
will. The sandbar. I love it.
the
Beautiful.
sandbar. Yeah, so we kinda played off of that too with, the sand tones and the greenery and everything to kinda make you still feel like you're
Yep.
outside on the beach, because the way it's set up, they do have garage doors, so every part of that building opens up to the outside.
Wow.
So we wanted to bring the sand inside, and that's kinda what we did. And then this one's probably one of my favorites, and I'll stop on this one, but, um, when I spoke with this client, they really wanted to do coastal, but they wanted to do a little bit modern too. So we took a fish scale backsplash and ran
Okay.
it all the way up the wall. And when
Oh.
you walk in that front door, it is a beautiful piece, honestly. Like, pictures don't do it justice. It turned out gorgeous, and we did 3-foot high open lantern chandeliers over the
Uh-huh.
island and kinda ran that navy blue paint everywhere. So it turned out beautiful. This is the one that also has that coral chandelier over the dining table as well. So you're able to kind of pull in all of those coastal elements within your textures without being such a cheeky beach house, if you will. And so,
Oh.
but yeah, this is the website. I kinda wanted to walk you guys through it. Me and my husband, this is our team. This is who does everything. He kinda makes all of my stuff happen and puts up with all of my crazy designs. So, and just, you can go on here, you can contact us, we can do online consultations, we can do, phone consultations, all the good things. So I just wanted to touch on the website today just to kind of give you guys a idea of the work that we do and kind of my style and what I try and bring to each project, because every client's different, and I definitely want to fit
Yeah.
the bill of like what it is everybody is looking for and make it customizable, because that's why you hire a designer in the first place, you know?
Yeah, no, it's true. It's beautiful. Um, and for those who don't
Thank you.
know your background, could you share what brought you into interior design?
Yeah, definitely. So when I was in school, I didn't really know which one I wanted to do. I kinda wanted to do fashion and I wanted to do interiors, so I decided to do both.
Yay.
I double majored, and then once I got out into, the workplace, I worked for J. Crew and I worked for Ralph Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, when I moved to Myrtle Beach, I something just didn't feel right about the fashion thing anymore. I didn't wanna do it, and I've always loved interiors. Like I told you last time, like, I used to watch Trading
All the
Spaces all the
shows. Yep.
time. I used to watch all the shows, and it was when they first started coming out as far as HGTV and everything, and I'm not that old, but I feel that old sometimes. So, I started getting really into that. I would redo everything. I think my first project was actually letting me do our bathroom at our house when I was growing up. My mom let me pick out all of the paint and the colors and everything, and that was my first real project, and that's also the first time I used texture. I used a gritty sand paint in the bathroom, and the walls were totally textured, and did all kinds of tools and everything, and that was my first big project. So now, fast forwarding, I wanted to start my own company. I wanted to be able to literally give anybody the opportunity to do interior design if they wanted it. I didn't want to make it so unattainable that people felt like they couldn't have a designer in their house. I wanted to give everybody that opportunity. So that's how our company kind of came to fruition.
And it's beautiful. I mean, I love seeing your work. I'm glad we got to be here on the Zoom today to chat like this. What other
I
aspects of your
know.
work? I
It's so
mean,
nice to finally see you.
I know you too. I wish I was feeling better, but you look great. I'm like,
Thank
a
you.
little sniffly, but one thing that's always important, which I know we've discussed it, but there's new listeners each and every week. Why hire an interior designer? Some people say, oh, it's too pricey. It's too. Could you save about all the headache and the angst that you save clients with? And in the end, it's always worth it, right? Did we lose you?
I think I lost
Are you
you.
there? Hello?
I'm here.
All right, there you go. So
I'm here.
why hire an interior designer? What would you say?
Well, I think the first thing I would say is a lot of people kind of don't know where to start.
Yeah,
And having a third party come in and help you realize what it is that you want to see and see your home from a different perspective. You're in it every day, right? So there's a thousand ideas that could be going through your head that you want to do.
yeah,
Hiring a designer takes away all of the stress to do that. It also lets someone else come in and take your ideas and bring them to life.
yeah,
So you could go to Home Goods, you could go to Target, wherever you wanna go, and look at things all day and pick out a smorgasbord of things and put them in your house, and it doesn't necessarily go. But if you bring in a designer, we have the knowledge and the experience to be able to come in and say, "Hey, this is gonna work best for your lifestyle. This is gonna
mm-hmm.
work best for your day to day, and this is gonna make you feel like you're at home." It takes somebody else to come in and help you with that in order to help you see, "Hey, this could be something way better than what I thought it could be." And that's kinda one thing I love. I love priding myself in that.
Oh, well, it is beautiful work you do. And if someone wants to work with you, what is the process? Is there an initial phone call you offer? And then how does it work? I mean, most of the work you're doing is in person, but you do virtual
Mhm.
sessions as well, right?
I do, yeah. I actually just, got off the phone with my client from Tennessee, and what we do is we basically go through what they wanna see.
Okay.
They tell me what they like, what they don't like, and how they work on a daily basis at their
Okay.
house. I take that, I make notes, I give them like a few days, and I'll go ahead and say, "Hey, send me all the pictures that you want. Send me everything that speaks to you that you would like to see." I
Yep.
take all of that and I curate a concept for them. Once I do that, I'll send it over. We go through it. I explain how things are going to go. I explain the timeline, all of the process of me creating their design. And then once they're good with how everything looks, I get to work. I do 3D models. I do 2D lay down concepts, pick out fabrics and everything. And I can do everything virtually. I can send everything to them. That way they can see it. They can feel like they're in the space. And then I can order and have it shipped there. They can either set it up and I tell them exactly where it goes, or I can come out and I can actually do it for them, just depending on the job.
Got it. All right. Well, we still have 7 minutes left in the show. What other aspects of your work did you want to share with us today?
Right now, I really want to focus on more like new builds. I
Okay.
really love to do new builds and starting the process from concept with an architect and an engineer and selecting all of those materials is one thing that I think is super important because
Okay.
building a house is very overwhelming.
Ah,
And having someone to come in and say, okay, I'm going to take it off of you. Here's what we're going to do. A, B, and C. I work with a
mm-hmm.
contractor, I work with the electricians. having that knowledge and that
Oh, yeah.
training to be able to read blueprints and everything and help with new build clients, it literally makes that process so much easier for them, and that's one thing I'm focusing on now a lot, is to do a lot of these new builds.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. How does it work for you in your home? If you're always into like the latest and greatest and fixing, are you always like fixing your space or are you just too busy fixing other people's spaces? Like I forget that quote they say about the shoemaker's kids not having shoes,
Yep.
because
No, you can ask my husband. I decorate all the time. I am
yeah,
constantly doing something. We actually just did a spring refresh on our bedroom. I had it painted and did new nightstands and lamps and everything. And then next, I'm focusing on the dining room and things like that. So I'm constantly kind of moving things around, but I do like to shop within my own house. I'll
yeah,
move things from one room to the other just to give it a different look. Or if I want to change something major, then I
yeah.
try and make a timeline for that. But for the most part, it's very hard. It's very hard for me to not decorate my own house when I'm doing everybody else's.
Right. I understand completely. And are you working now? People have different tastes, different spaces, I know. And how accommodating are you to what the person wants? Because there's some designers out there that have a certain style and you hire them for that style and they put all the trust in you. Or, do most of your clients have a big input in what they want and you're open to that, right?
Yes, absolutely. My clients, what they want is what they get. If it's not my style, then
Yep.
so be it. It's not my house.
Good.
So that's kind of what I tell everybody. Yes, I do have my own style, and every designer is going to, because we know what we like. I mean, we live in it every day. We know what we're gonna like and what
Yeah,
we
true.
gravitate towards. But I'm not gonna tell a client that I'm not gonna help them just because, like, they like mid-century modern and that's not really my thing. They like
Mm-hmm.
Scandinavian and minimalism and that's not really my thing. If that's what they want, it's my job to make it happen. And I kind of look at it as a challenge too, because maybe it's not my style, but if it's
Yeah.
something that they like, I start researching, I start looking at things and looking at lines and textures and patterns and what's going to be popular for them in the next 3 to 5 years, and then implement that. And that definitely kind of sets me apart too, because I'm not going to say no to something. I'm just going to look at it as a challenge and then make it the best it can possibly be.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, is there any other type of client story you want to share with us about some of the work you're doing, have done? I don't want to cut you short. We have 3 minutes. We got to use our
Oh,
time
yeah, no,
wisely.
definitely. Yeah, definitely. So, right now we're doing a something with our team. We're trying to do a development. So
Okay.
we're looking for land actively so that way we can start building homes and do a development that way. So in that process, I'll actually be helping clients from the front of the build process. So
Okay.
once they decide they want to purchase, then I'll be able to go in, meet with them. We'll start selecting their paint, their flooring, hardware, things like
Yeah.
that. So that's one avenue that we're going down right now. My husband, as well, he's the one that's out there helping with all of that too.
Good. I love the fact the dual and explain the concept of you and your husband. What does your husband do?
So he does all of the crazy stuff. He does all of the sales with the jobs. He coordinates all of the work. We're actually doing a man cave right now, and he's downstairs actually coordinating all of that and getting our workers in there to get that finished up. So all of my design ideas, he gets our people working on everything. He gets all of our materials. He pretty much runs everything.
Yeah.
I do all of the design work, and I also run things, but he runs most of it. I just let him take care of all of the logistics of everything, and I hand him my ideas and ask him nicely if he can make that happen.
I love it. Now, how long have the two of you been working together for?
We've been working together for about 5 years now. I was helping him before I even started my company, because he had his own company and I was helping him like run that, do contracts and things like that. So we've been working together about as long as we've been together.
Yeah. Oh, this is beautiful. I love a husband. And yeah, now you need your own show. When are you getting your own show?
You know what? You are not the first person to ask me that. We
See?
have been asked that multiple times because everybody that works with us, they say, "Well, you're the next Chip and Joanna Gaines. Like, when are you going to have your own show?" So I'm just waiting for a network to call. If you know anybody in the network, please tell them to call me because I would love to do something.
Okay, great. Well, tell us one more time how we can reach you, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm always open to phone calls. Love talking to people. 843-457-1749 or our website. You can contact us there at sccustominteriors.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Pleasure having you here and looking forward to the
Thanks,
next
Jill.
time again. Thank you. Have a
I
great day,
appreciate it.
okay?
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you now have even more ways to listen live. Check out the MyTuner Radio, online radio box, and Simple Radio apps on iOS and Android, or find us online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on streama.com and onlineradiobox.com/US. Take your podcast on the go and don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.